Hi artists, it's Miss Coon, and today we're going to talk about our dot weaving project. We just read the book The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds, and if you're watching this video at home, there's a video of the book posted on Schoology that you can watch. Our I Can statement for today is I can describe and use steps in the art making process while creating works of art. And so our goal today is that we're going to create a loom that we can turn into a woven dot later. So today you're going to get a paper plate, and if you don't have a plate at home, you can cut a circle out of a scrap piece of cardboard. Really thin cardboard is good, but if you're in class, you're getting a paper plate from me. And today we're going to use paint, and we're going to paint dot patterns like Vashti did in the book onto our plate. And then when we come back on day 2, we're going to use yarn and we're going to weave a dot. So this takes 2 days, but I have a little bit that I want to talk about first. So let's look at some dot art. Some of the earliest dot paintings were Aboriginal Dot Art. It was created by the indigenous people of Australia. They used dots to tell stories to their culture. Kandinsky was a Russian artist who created this painting called Squares with Concentric Circles. He was part of the Expressionist movement, and he wanted his art to express feelings. Damian Hurst is a contemporary artist. That means he's still alive and making art today. He's from the United Kingdom. He called his dot paintings spot paintings. This is Kusama, a Japanese contemporary artist who works primarily in sculptures and installations. Her work is easy to recognize because of its dot patterns. And Vashti was an artist too. She used her imagination to come up with more ways that she could draw a dot. She created a dot from a dotted line and a dot by not drawing a dot. How many ways can you make a dot? Okay, to create our project today, you need a plate or a circle piece of cardboard if you don't have a plate at home, just something that's round. We need a cup of water. If we're filling it up in class, remember we fill it up to this little line so that we don't have too much. And you need some paint. If you don't have paint at home, you can use crayons or markers and that will be fine. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to get started on my dot painting. Remember, you need to make sure that your name and art code is on the back before you get started. I'm not going to write a code on here because there's several different classes using it, but I'm going to start by wetting my brush, and I'm going to touch the color that I want to use. 1, 2, 3, and that's probably enough. And then I'm going to start adding color to my plate. And I want to start from the center and start creating some kind of circular design. So I'll wash my brush off when I get ready to change colors so that I don't make my colors yucky. Touch the color that I want. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to start filling my dot pattern, and you can use any ideas that you can come up with. This is a watercolor paint, so it's a little bit watery, I guess. My example that I showed you at the beginning of the video, I used liquid tempera, but this is what we have access to today, so this is what we're going to use. And I'm painting a circle dot pattern in the center. When I get ready to change my color, I'm going to wash my brush, touch the color that I want to use, and I'll start adding that color, and I'm going to work from the center and create my design. I do want to come up with some patterns so that it's not just one blob of color. So I'm going to come around, do little marks. I'll wash my brush when I'm ready to change colors, touch my next color. You can leave a little bit of white space if your colors are close together, but if you're leaving big gaps, I think it's a little too much white. Okay, now I'm going to speed this up so it doesn't take so long, and we'll talk in a second. Okay, I've pretty much filled mine with color. There's a little bit of white space, but my colors are close together. You might have noticed that there were a few little oops spots that didn't quite turn out perfect, but I'm not going to stress out about those. That's fine. Watercolor paint will run a little bit, and that's fine. It's going to give kind of a unique look to your art. When certain sections were dry, I could go back in and drop more color, and I can't wait to see what you create. You can share photos of your art on Instagram at Coon Art Room, or you can email them to Miss Coon at amkuhn@auburnschools.org. Thanks. Bye.